This is a short little video, nothing crazy, just, sometimes you want to fix a little thing. This is kind of that. Today, specifically, I'm going to work on this back area, and I'm going to take off the Malibu decals. And one thing I'd like to point out, because this guy wanted me to see it, so you see that says Malibu, M-A-L-I-B-U. The guy's name is Malcolm, so he changed this to Malkaboo. I still hate C-deck, but that's a nice way to go about it if you're going to ruin your boat. Anyway, so let's see. I've already taken off the actual decals themselves. Sorry for the bounciness. And the very next step is to take off the adhesive. So I'm going to use, and it doesn't matter what brand I'm using, just an adhesive remover, okay? So you spray it on, let it sit for a little bit, and then if you're lucky, the glue just kind of rubs off, kind of like rubber cement rolls up, and you can just kind of wipe it off. The worst case scenario is where the glue kind of smears itself down onto the boat, and every time you wipe it, it just moves a quarter inch further away. Luckily for me, this is working out really well, so I'm having a good time. So again, just give it a little spritz, let it sit and saturate, and take a terry cloth towel or a Scotch-Brite pad. Honestly, if the glue is really bad, a green Scotch-Brite pad, actually on a buffer wheel, you just put it right on top of the buffer wheel, and that works amazing. And yeah, you're going to scratch your boat a little bit, but if you've got a buffer, chances are you can fix it. But sometimes decal adhesive is the worst stuff in the world to get off. This is actually going almost epically smooth. In fact, it's hardly ever this easy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm also gonna find some wood eventually to knock on so that it doesn't ruin my thing here, but this is going really, really smooth. So yeah, I'm just rolling it up, kind of like rubber cement. There you go. Nice. And if you get a section that doesn't want to release quickly enough for you, just give it another, just keep it wet, let the chemicals do what they're supposed to do. Yeah, this is going super smooth. I'm really impressed. I would say in the last 10 years, I haven't had a decal come off this cleanly with just a little bit of acetone or denatured alcohol or a bespoke cleaner. Okay, so it is a 3M product, but I figure you guys probably think that I'm sponsored by 3M. I am not. All the money I earn, all of it, comes from this, except for on occasion, one or two of you might send me beer money, which is freaking amazing. So I don't discourage you from doing that at all. While I won't ask for money, I'm always down for a free beer. So if you guys like what you see and you're learning something, or I've saved you some time and or money, and you think, yeah, you know what, that guy earned a beer, let me know. I appreciate it. Also, just if you have a question, hit me up in the comment section. I don't like to generally answer questions via email or phone, only because I've got so many videos online. My theme seems to be trying to help people do this. So if you've got a question or a comment, put it in the comment section. That way other people can read it, and I don't have to keep answering the same question again and again and again. All right, now that it's fairly clean, I'm just going to give it one little light pass just to clean up any residual goop that I missed earlier. Not that it's going to matter. We're going to hit this with Super Duty, so anything on there is going to be gone. But you know what? It's too bad that the entire back wasn't equally uniformly oxidized, because this would look really cool as just the shiny Malibu section on the chalky white part. I could see doing that. That wouldn't bother me a terrible amount. All right, well, there you go. You can see that the Malibu area has a reflection. So some Super Duty on this should get it looking right. So I'll tell you what, let me put you on pause. I'll grab my buffer and a clean wool pad and some Super Duty, and we'll get started. Well, you can tell by that sound that I've at least got the buffer. We'll see if I can produce the Super Duty now. There it is. Okay. It's nice of them to give me a bench. Just clean it off the top of my tube. Give it a little shaky shake, wake it up. Put some right on the pad. We're going to get aggressive, so I'm going to throw a substantial amount, kind of a daisy pattern, just to make sure to evenly cover the pad. And then I'm going to start slow, spreading this out. You guys have seen this before. And I'm going to start grinding. Now I'm going to focus on just the letters for right now. I'll move out either side, top and bottom, as soon as I get this looking right. But right now, I got to get this looking right. So here we go. Alright, so I can see a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. My point is there is still a little bit left of this decal, and we have taken off some boat. I didn't use very much of the middle of the pad, so that indicates that when I put my Super Duty on, maybe I should just put it on the part that I'm using. Good note for the future. Next time I'm doing something like this, I'll consider that. You see what I mean? So the Super Duty is in the middle, whereas the black coming off the boat is only out here in the outside 2 inches of the edge. So if I'm going to have Super Duty and there's still Super Duty in the weave, I might as well put it just where it's going to be effective. You guys know how expensive this stuff is. Let's use it wisely. You might also notice that while I'm working the area kind of in here, I'll leave a little bit of the Super Duty wet above it. If I get into a section and I'm pushing pretty hard, getting aggressive, and I notice that it's not quite giving me what I need, if I need more Super Duty, I just pull it from either the two top or the bottom. Plus, when I get all this finished, I'll use this and this to smooth everything flat. So if you're wondering, that's why. Took a lot more boat off of there. All right, let's take a look at this and see what it looks like. I'm assuming it looks pretty all right, based on what I can see. But I'm also biased. I mean, who doesn't think that they do good work? Ooh, sexy time. Hey, there's my watch. See it? Cool. I'll give you a better look at that in a second here. Wow. I don't know why I'm grunting. This isn't that heavy. It's just force of habit. And it's not too bad. I mean, obviously we'll put some heavy cut and some perfected EXAC on there, but that doesn't look too bad. And I still have to work on the starboard and port sides of where the name used to be. But it shouldn't be anything as difficult as what that was. Well, that looks all right. Okay. Well, you probably don't want to sit around and watch me do heavy cut and super duty or heavy cut and perfected. And I don't blame you. I don't really want to watch me do it. If you're wondering what the sound is, right over yonder, some guys are wrapping a boat and using some propane torch to heat the plastic so that it shrink wraps around the boat. Ugh. I couldn't do you like that. I had to show you. And while I have no sun, as you can see, although there is a patch of optimism, I brought my own. So this is after Super Duty, Heavy Cut, and Perfected. They've all three been used. I've wiped the boat off. I haven't cleaned it. I'll hit it with some alcohol, strip the compound residue off, and then I'll put some wax on it. Now once that's done, I'll hit the top and I'll do the bottom down here. But yeah, Super Duty, Heavy Cut, and Perfected. And this didn't take all but an hour, and that includes taking the decals and the residue off. So if you've got a section on your boat that you want to tackle, and you don't want to make an entire weekend of it, you can break it up into sections. This is like a 1 beer section. Maybe 2 if you're, lazy. Or a connoisseur, I'm not going to judge. Anyway, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section. I probably won't show the rest of what I do today just because the light is so bad. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Anyway, still got the rest of the boat to do. I'll come back, and if you guys are patient, I might show you some of that. Pieces. If you're feeling jaded at all because I didn't show you the Heavy Cut and the Perfected AXA-C use, by all means, rewind, watch the Super Duty use, and just pretend that it's one of those other compounds.